Welcome everyone, this is Nourish. This is our stretching and flexibility class today. We're going to be doing a sequence of different stretches that you need to find your personal intensity of that. Each stretch should feel satisfying. It should feel good to your body. Don't take it to the extremities of feeling any jangly nerves or discomfort. If you're that far in a stretch, let's back out of that a little bit and do what's good for our body so we feel better at the end of 50 minutes. All right, so we're just going to start in the center of our mats here, feet nice and parallel. Let's find the balance in our body. Just roll the shoulders back, palms forward, head aligned with the spine. Let's just inhale, reach up, a deep breath in, expanding the lungs. And exhale, lower the arms to side body. Let's put a little flex in the knees, just so you feel like you're moving through your whole body. And reach up and back down again. We're going to go into a bit of a side stretch sequence. I will cue you through this. Going to reach up on the diagonal, right arm high, left arm low. Kevin's just going to get it right too. There we go. And we're going to really stretch between those fingertips. Get a squeeze and pull through the shoulders. Big breath in, and this higher hand is going to come to opposite hip. Reach up with your left. Take the gravity out of your spine and come into your side bend from there. Holding and supporting through that side bend. Reach up again. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the side. Swing that arm all the way around and down. We're going to do a side vision of what we're up to next. Both arms are hanging down. And we're just going to be pulling those elbows straight back behind us and up. Okay, kind of like if you had something in your pocket and you were taking it out of your pocket and you pull those elbows up. And then strike the fingertips down towards the floor. Get that top line, top shoulder stretch. One more time, draw back. Strike down and relax. Inhale, reach high with the left, low with the right. Extend and stretch. And bring that hand down to the side hip there. The other arm goes up. And you lower yourself to the side. Not so far it gets crunchy. Inhale, tall, lift up. Exhale, come over. And swing that back around. Let's just do a few loose rolls of the shoulders backwards. Rolls of the shoulders backwards. I'm going to go to swings and then come back to figure eights, Kevin, just in case you're trying to track me here. So let's just find a focal point. Maybe you're looking at me on the monitor, or else just straight in front of you. I'm going to keep the head on straight, and we're just going to bring the shoulder underneath the chin, any amount, and the other shoulder underneath the chin. Back and forth. Just wrap that shoulder around. Now we're going to make it a little bit bigger and swing through and wrap. Swing through. With your head moving and tracking at the same time. Okay, if you tend towards dizziness or vertigo, just stay with that first piece where we're just bringing the shoulder underneath the chin. You don't have to swing like this. Back and forth. And come to a halt. Staying with the shoulders, staying with the arms for just a little longer. Now reach those arms out in front and cross them over nice and straight, like a scissors. And then draw the elbows back, squeeze. And take the arms across each other and squeeze. Breathing through this, alternate which arm is on top. We tend to do exactly the same move each time unless we think through and put the other arm on top. One more time. All right, coming to a pause. I recently learned a new kind of stretching and stability exercise that I think is really beneficial. It's going to take a little cueing. Basically, what we're going to be doing is walking a figure eight. Okay, so very slowly go from one diagonal to the other in the mat, and then start to turn. And then you can be off your mat. You don't have to track. This is not little tiny chicken steps, okay? We're taking slow steps and we're walking a figure 8. So let's start at the back left corner of the mat. Okay, and now let's just start to slowly walk. We're not going to worry about anything else right now. We're just going to walk and do a figure 8. Keep your head up, don't look at your feet, and feel the stability of that slow motion. And I know people will want to look at their feet, but you know what your feet are doing. Go nice and slow. Come to the back corner of the other mat. We're not going to do next today, Kevin. Come to the other back corner. We're changing the figure 8. Okay? Slowly, slowly, walking through, turning, walking through, and turning. We're going to do that exercise and add other pieces as time progresses on that. But for now, we're just working on keeping the gaze up when we walk and come to a halt. Center of your mats. Going into our forward fold, Kevin's going to give you a side vision of this. We're going to go into our forward fold. We're going to be in a forward fold, and we're going to gradually, your head will be down by the time I cue for this, so watch for right now. We're headed to ragdoll, which is just a swing and sway here. But let's just come feet nice and parallel. You can step them apart a little more if you need a little more base for this. Inhale nice and tall. And we come into a forward fold with our knees bent. Hands to the thighs. Bend the knees. Drop the crown of the head. Straighten the legs any amount. Bend the knees. Roll up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Long through the spine. Swan dive down, bend the knees. Are your hands going to your thighs? Are they going all the way to the floor? It is up to you. Straighten the legs any amount. Bend the knees and grab opposite elbows with the hands and just sway in ragdoll. Side to side, side to side. Stop swaying, and with knees bent, roll yourself slowly, slowly, slowly up to standing. We're going to go into a bit of a back bend. So taking ourselves from a back bend all the way to a forward fold is even more flexation in the spine. Back bends are not the neck. Okay, inhale, reach up, palms are forward. Keep your head aligned with the spine, bring the arms behind the ears. Hips come forward and you come into a back bend. Don't hold your breath. Come up to neutral spine. And sway hips forward, swing the weight into your heels and come to upright. Inhale tall. We're heading for that nice swan dive back into our forward fold. Can you keep your legs straight this time? Either hands on the floor, hands on the thighs. Whatever works for you. Now bend your knees. Roll back up to standing. If you had to do that whole thing with your knees bent, that's okay. We're working towards progress, not performance. Don't forget that. All right, we're gonna go to our shoulders. We've given them a bit of a break here. We're gonna do something we call windmill arms, starting with the arms straight out at the sides here, little circles going forwards. And once you've got that tracking, once you've got a little bit of fluidity in that joint, let's start making them bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, this is, when we say windmill arms, it's like the real windmills that just kind of go whoop, whoop. Nice big rotation so it becomes quite exaggerated. And pause, just let that be for a second. Let your arms hang down, shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to go the other direction. I find the smallest circle, going backwards, small circles. I find them the hardest, actually. The muscle control to hold you tight up like that, just a lot for me. And then bigger and bigger. I'm going to make mine big. My arms are tired from striving. I just need to just swing it through. There we go. And let's come to a halt. We're going to do a little exercise called kittens and donuts.
Am I doing this?
And this is Kevin's miking moment here.
Hi.
There we go.
So we're going to have our elbows back by our ribs. We're going to start with our palms down and just lightly cupped as if we're kind of holding a grapefruit shape kind of. And then we're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our fingers, wiggle our fingers as fast as we can, working all those little cords and tendons and muscles in our forearms, and we're trying to wear them out just a little bit. So yeah, I could look over there, but they don't care if we're making eye contact. And you're probably starting to get tired now, so we're gonna flip those hands over. And again, we're gonna kind of cup gently like we're holding grapefruit weights there, and we're gonna wiggle our fingers some more. This is spiders running across the ceiling. No, this is tickling the chin of kittens. That's so hard for me to say. All right, and now that our forearms are kind of worn out and burning, we're going to stop. We're going to tip our little duck there. We're going to leave the thumb out of it and just pull the fingers down toward the forearm some. And we can wiggle back and forth just a little and work the back of the hand and the wrist. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to pull those fingers down toward the forearm the other direction, keeping the thumb out of it. We don't want to menace that poor guy. Just a little bit of pressure down, back toward the forearm. Then we're going to do the other side. Get your little duck out there, leave his thumb loose. Pull those fingers. I like to press across the base of the knuckles, not so much in the fingers, but in the base of those knuckles. Pressing down gently. You don't want to go too hard. Wrists are very delicate. And we're going to flip that the other way and pull down. And again, I use kind of where my hand meets my fingers there. I'm not going to use the carpal and metatarsal and no, tarsals or toes anyway. Just pulling back all those darn body parts. So we're going to just pull back there. All right, am I done with that? Is there more you want me to do for you?
That's really good. Thank you very much.
Sure, my specialty.
It's his specialty. All right. Next thing we're going to do is take our hands here, tuck our thumbs in, and create a fist. Thumbs are up. Well, not thumbs are up. The thumb part of the hand is up. Okay, and extended. Just tip like you're trying to just pour a pitcher out in front of you. Do you feel that top line stretch? And then bring it back. These are all really good exercises if you're tending towards having some nerve issues in your hands or carpal tunnel issues. Okay, let that go. Let's shake it out. That's enough of that stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys at the start of class, it's really good to have a yoga strap here. Yoga straps are not stretchy straps. That was my mistake, and it's on our checklist that I'm supposed to have said that. They're not stretchy. They are, and sometimes they have loops, sometimes they're just flat. And you could just use a bathrobe if you, belt or something if you want to for today, but we'll be using this today. Let's not pick it up yet because we have to do our rotator cuff. We're gonna be working on the rotator cuff today, starting with the simple. So this is just palms in front, palms forward, up above your head. Yeah, you're too tall. And then you come out to that wide T, your palms are still forward. At this point, you turn your hands to face the back of the room. And then bring the hands behind. See Kevin's view of what we're doing behind here. Swing it through, turn the hands, palms up above the head. Can you just glide through that transition of turning the hands? We're using two parts of our rotator cuff right now. And the third part we're going to get into with a strap, but first we just loosen up through that. Can you take a pause on that? Take a strap, or just go through the motions. If you don't have a strap for today, that's okay. We want this strap to be held so wide that you pretty much will be scraping the top of your head. Okay, really, really, really wide. Wide is easier. We're going to take that strap and just hold and take it up above the head and nudge into that tension right about, let me see, right about here. You're going to feel that next part of your rotator cuff kind of start to seize up a little bit. Let's come on back down. And then come back. Kevin's going all the way through already, but I'm just nudging into that tension and coming down. Now, you can keep on doing exactly that if that's all you have, or seek out that final rotation through without causing yourself any kind of hardship. Start looking for that final piece of your rotator cuff to just bring it through. It'll come to you. Don't push for it. Don't cause yourself harm today or you'll have a recovery time. One more time, and that's enough. Let's hold on to that strap though. We're going to do something different with it here. And Kevin's going to continue the back view of what we're up to. Take a strap in our right hand and hold it out here. We have this like bird wing kind of thing on our right hand side. Grab the strap with your left behind you. See how Kevin has it at his waist there? Not way out here. This is gonna make it really hard for you. Okay, grab it, pull the arm through. Create that tension. Nice and upright here. Let's lay the left ear to the shoulder. Feel that top line stretch right through from ear all the way through the neck to the top of the shoulder cap. Take a breath. Bring your head up to neutral. Lay your ear down again. And let's tuck the nose towards the left shoulder. Roll back ear to shoulder. And get your head back on straight. Changing that out so the bird wing is on the left side. And then draw it through. Get that tension. Right ear to shoulder. Now, whichever one is your dominant side is going to be where you feel that extra bit of tension. Just to pay attention to that. Bring your head back to neutral. Lay the ear over to the shoulder. Don't hold your breath. And tuck your nose down to that shoulder. Just a little bit of a diagonal stretch into the neck. Roll back ear to shoulder. Head back. Let that go. Kind of shake it out and just put the strap to the side for now. We're going to be doing a stretch. It's a dynamic stretch. That means we're stretching in motion, but not swinging so hard we cause ourselves hardship. So first we're going to start with a squat, and then we're going to put it in motion. Feet are about hip distance apart. You can always do more. When we go into squats, a little more sometimes lets you do something deeper or better. So it's up to you, but at least hip distance apart. Don't have your feet really narrow, okay? And we're gonna go straight down, not a forward fold. Put your hands out, come on, straight down, any amount. And come back up. Maybe you're just dipping and coming up because you need to build that strength and the hip flexors and the hamstrings. So much is involved in a squat. So good for you. Okay, so you've got the motion. We're gonna go into a squat, and with the breath, we're going to swing through. Okay, this is an inhale, reach up, and we exhale completely as we squat and we swing. Inhale up. Stay looking forward. Don't look at the floor. Inhale up. The breath is very important. Come on up to the diagonal and swing through straight. Inhale up to the diagonal. Swing through straight. One more time. And come to a halt. Do you feel the flush in your body? This is so good. We just pumped a whole bunch of oxygen and blood flow from our internal organs to our extremities. Your heart's probably pounding a little bit. So good for the body. We're gonna slow this down now and do something we call putting away boxes. Much slower, okay? So we stay with that squat perspective. There's a box on my right-hand side on a table, about knee height. I squat down. I straighten up with that box and I reach over here, shoulder height, not leaning. Squat, get the box, come on up, and reach without leaning. And again, we just use that imagery of the box because it really helps our brain do what it's supposed to do. The next box is as low as you can go. Come on up, straighten up, and it reaches high on the diagonal. Low as you can go. Straighten up. And reach high. One more. We have to build strength along with our flexibility and stretch. Come to a halt. Or we can't support those moves if we don't have the strength. The box is on the other side now. Knee height. Straighten. Shoulder reach. Feel that stretch, knee height. We have the stretch here, then we put it here. We have the stretch here. One more. Straighten, reach without leaning. As low as you can go. Straighten up. High diagonal without leaning. Two more. Every Nourish class will put a few strength building, stability building moves to that and come to neutral. Going to go into our lunge pyramid stretch now. A little bit different.
I'm weary.
Yeah, stride kind of knocked us there. So we're coming into a stride, right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, we want to have space between the feet. Not like you're standing on railroad tracks, you'll be very tippy.
Like
tightrope, sorry, not like a tightrope, you'll be very tippy. Step it apart like you're on railroad tracks. That's where you're supposed to be. Come into your lunge and just put your hands on your thighs. Shoulders wide, gazes forward, press into that back heel. Big stretch going on there. This is very light hands. It's just posture. And now we're going to go into kind of a modified pyramid. It's just straightening that front leg by pulling the hip back. Start to drop the crown of the head, tuck the chin. Hand is still on the thigh, spread the toes wide. Just come on, lift up those shoulders and come back to lunge. You can take it lower if you want to, or stay with your hands on your thighs. Straighten the leg, back to pyramid. That's the nice thing. We can take it elevated, hand on thighs, or lower it down to the mat. Whatever you choose, it's fine. If you're down low like this, let's get the hand on the thigh. Let's come on back up again. And here's our strength pose. I've turned out my back foot for a little more stability. Inhale, reach up, high crescent. And sweep those arms down. We're kind of locked into it now, aren't we? So bend that back knee so you can get a little springy and bounce out that, walk it out. Let's go to the other side. Other foot forward. Get yourself situated. Find your stretch and sink into your lunge. Press into that back heel and feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Draw the hip back, start to drop the shoulders, tuck the chin into pyramid. Shoulders raise, we move back to lunge. This is where you decide if you want to take it down to the mat or not. Okay, straightening that front leg, hip comes back. You decide if you want to come lower, that's fine. And bring it forward to lunge or low lunge, your choice. You're way down low. Let's bring it up. Put your hand on your thigh. Find your focal point. Inhale, reach it up. Sweep the hands down on the exhale. Bend that back knee and spring out of that and walk it through. We're going to skip the Yeti for today. We're going to come down to our hands and knees and do 2 sequences on our hands and knees. And we don't spend a lot of time on our hands and knees in your Nourish. You can absolutely do these things in a chair instead. Okay, so if you need to take a chair, that's fine. Find a way to participate. Hands and knees. Hands are underneath shoulders and fingers are spread wide. We want big hands for this because it gives us more balance. Yes, please. We're going to be doing something called thread the needle here. So knees are straight under hip. I'm going to start really simple. First, we're going to just put right hand to ear. Lift up the elbow, look towards the sky. Bring it around, elbow to the crease of the other elbow, look over to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring that around. Okay, your whole hand extends and we lift towards the ceiling. And this is where we thread the needle. The back of this hand sweeps along the mat. Bend the elbow and lay the cheek down on the mat. Laying into that shoulder. The left elbow is bent. Just breathing into that. Walk the ear just a couple of millimeters away from the shoulder, lengthening the neck just a little bit. Press strongly through that supporting hand and unwind and bring that up. Going to the other side. Hand to the ear. Inhale, reach up and open up. Exhale, stay nice flat back, look over to the right. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come round. Whole arm extension, open up through the chest. Softly look up. We're sweeping that through with control. Bring the back of the hand behind the forearm, bend the elbow, lay the cheek down on the mat. So nice. It's so good in the shoulder. It's a neck and shoulder engagement. Hips are high. Don't sink into that left hip. I have a real inclination just to fall sideways. Press strongly through that supporting hand and unwind. I'm going to be going into a tabletop child pose float here. Okay, so this is going, we are in tabletop right now, and the modified child pose is just hips back to heels and extend the arms long, forehead down to mat. Just sinking down. Now think of this, raise the shoulders up and press the hips forward. You're almost in a knee plank here, and then sink back down to the mat. Forearms go down, hands spread wide. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And let's get off of our knees and come through to seated pose here. Legs extended long. Make sure you're on your seat bones. You can pop your booty out a little bit. If we end up back on our sacrum, not so good. And move the flesh away from your seat bones so you have a good connection with the mat. Doesn't matter your body size. We end up with flesh, muscle in between us and our mat. So you can just feel if you just move a little bit of the flesh away from your seat bones, you've got a good connection with the mat. That's awesome. Let's bend that right foot and bend the right knee and put the foot on the ground here. Nice and tall. Don't lose your posture and get all slouchy in this. Let's stay up. Hold on to that chin. It helps with hold on to that chin. Shin. This really helps with posture, people. Nice and tall. And let's just let that knee just drop out to the side. Snug the foot against the thigh there. Nice and tall. Any amount. Come into a small forward fold. Just glide into it and come up. Maybe you're only moving a couple of inches into this. Don't be unkind to yourself. Just take note of that and watch for progress. Kevin has a lot of flexibility in his hips. All right, and we're gonna bring that knee back up, put the foot back on the mat. We're gonna come into a bit of a twist here. Hold your shin with your opposite hand. So this is my left hand holding. Right hand goes up into the sky. We turn and we twist here. Now, if you have more upper body size, you could lean back a little bit so you can turn more effectively. Okay, and we have a hand behind or beside, a hand on the shin, and turn. Just give your neck a little wiggle. We're not really into an owl position of looking behind us. Inhale tall, so let's take some of that gravity out of the spine. Lift up. Exhale, use the hands to turn. Look forward. Optional, the next piece. You can just look forward if you want, or you can add an extended leg. That is optional. Look behind. So we're just doing neck or an extended leg. Look forward. Look behind. And come on around. We're gonna bring that foot all the way around and lay it onto the thigh like a figure 4 stretch. We're gonna do something we call rocking the baby. We start really low with this. You can always use a strap if you want to help support if that helps you in some way. Okay, I'm just gonna put a hand on my ankle, hand on the knee, and just start rocking through that hip. Nice and low. Don't rock your baby like this, but It's better for our bodies if we do. Just starting to get that motion without asking too much of the joint yet. And now can you bring the shin any closer to the upper body? Maybe that's all you got, and that's fine. Kevin's got his baby cuddled up nicely here, holding and rocking through. Wherever you are, you might be just really low and holding that tension, rocking through, and stop. Pause. Nice and tall, lift up those shoulders, and we're just gonna put that baby to bed, just lay it down, and come into a deep figure four there. Whew, that's enough. That's a big stretch, isn't it? His big muscles are working. Come on to upright. Let's bring that knee up and put the foot down alongside. Extend the leg long, and we're headed to the other side. Bend the knee, and find your balance, find your posture, and hold on to that shin to help you stay upright. Open the knee to the side. You might have a very small frame for this, where the foot is really tucked up against the hip, or maybe you want something more and you step it out to the knee, to the calf. The great thing about a stretching class is there's space for you to modify and find where you need to be. We're just working on that hip, just opening up a little bit. Inhale, top. Come on forward. Any amount. I'm better at this at the end of a Nourish class than at the start. So I notice that difference it makes. Come on up. Let's bring that knee up. And hold on to the shin with the right hand. Reach up. Take that, feel like you're kind of crumpled down into your hips and ribs are really close. Reach up and turn. Using the hands to support and encourage the twist, nod your head, loosen the neck. Inhale tall and use your hands to turn with the exhale. Look forward. Here we're adding another layer, but you can just go through the look forward, look back. Look forward. Extend the leg if you choose. Look back behind you. Look forward. Look behind. Final time looking forward, bring everything forward, and we just lay that foot down. Decide how you want to take a grip here. This is a figure four stretch right now, but we're changing it into rock the baby by just lifting it up, rocking into the hip. Don't expect the same performance side to side. Just like listen to, as you start to engage in that stretch, listen to your joints and your muscles, what they need in a stretch today. Okay, a little closer to the body. I certainly can't bring this leg in quite as close as the other, and there's no reason for me to force that. I just encourage the satisfying stretch level. Take a pause, holding this shin as close as you can to your upper body, and follow with the shoulders, lay it down. Deep breath in, exhale into that. Whew, that's a lot in the back of my extended calf even.
Yep.
That's where it is right now. Come on up and unwind from that. Oh, put your foot down beside. I'm supposed to cue you to unwind from your hip, and then extend your leg long. Have your strap near at hand. Not necessary, but certainly it helps a lot in this next piece. Feet are wide. Toes are up and knees are up. If you're really, really into this, you'll start to turn your legs out. And the next part of that is, we don't want extremity. We don't have to have your heels as far apart as you can. We need to be functional. So pull it back about an inch or two and be a little more comfortable with your wide-legged seated pose here. You can put a bend in your knees as the other piece of that. Absolutely. Any amount, come into a forward fold. Bring it back up. And come forward again. Come on up and bring your right foot over to meet that diagonal left leg. So I'm looking forward, my leg's off to the diagonal here, and this one's just snugged in. turn to face that extended leg. And put a strap around the sole of that foot. Now, if you don't have a strap, just grab a hold of your leg as an anchor and use that to encourage things. Okay, strap in each hand, elbows wide. Inhale tall, and any amount, come into a forward fold. Just glide down. Come on back up. We're not holding static for this. We're just gliding in. And coming back up. One more time. Come back up. Both straps into your left hand. And just a little detail here, instead of my elbow being way back, I'm going to bring that elbow to like almost the inside of the knee, aligned with the inside of the knee, because we're going to come into a rotation here. So inhale tall, look at that leg, come on over. That elbow is inside the leg, come on over top of the leg. And now the right elbow sweeps up towards the ceiling and we open up. This is one of the biggest stretches of today. Don't hold your breath, come curl it back around. Just keep it very soft. Lift a little bit. Where do you need to be? Bring it back around. And come on up to upright. Release that little doggy. Extend the leg long. Find your seat bones again, and let's bring that leg over to the other leg there. Snug it in. And then turn the shoulders to square off with that leg. Strap around the sole of the foot. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale forward. We have strap in each hand right now. And the elbows are wide, gliding back and forth. And through that stretch. Come to a pause, come to upright, and come to a pause. And take both straps in your right hand and just bring that arm to the inside of the leg. Inhale tall, come on into your forward fold to start with. Then sweep the left arm, elbow up, nice soft curved arm. Breath in, feel that in your ribs, don't get too extreme. Exhale, come back around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back around. And come on up to upright. Extend the leg back out. We're done with the straps for today. But let's just go back to where we started with this. Toes up, knees up, inhale tall. Let's scoop up through the belly and come into any amount of forward fold. Maybe you're a little looser on the hips than when we started this sequence. Roll it back up, cross your legs. I'm going to come forward on my mat here. Cross-legged here. Any of these positions in seated are uncomfortable for you, you can take a chair. Absolutely, don't forget about that. Okay, we're just going to be really working through some suppleness in the spine here. And when I have you clasping your head, we're not actually clasping and pulling on the head. This is just positional, fingertips to the back of the skull here, nice and tall. And we're just going to create some circles like with our elbows, rotating through. Rotating through.
I've never done this.
I know, it's when I was just researching, and the other direction if you can do it. Just letting those shoulders and spine rotate through. If you close your eyes, you might get a little dizzy. And come to a pause.
That's weird.
Did you get dizzy? Put the elbows forward and elbows wide. Elbows forward. Just roll out. The fingers are so light on the head. And squeeze the shoulder blades together and let that go. A little bit of a roll of shoulders. And we're back to our hands and knees for our cat-cow sequence. And then we're laying down for the rest of the class.
Yay, laying down.
Coming to our hands and knees, Kevin's going to give you the side vision of this here. Knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath shoulders. If you have wrist issues, grab yourself a set of these. They don't cost much, $5 or $10. These are elbow and knee pads and stuff. And you put your hands towards the front and just let the fingertips let me see if I can show this better. So you put your hands towards the front and the fingertips drape. People put their hands in the center and end up really flexed in the wrists, but these are really nice if you let your fingertips drape over the top of them. Okay, let's go to cat-cow. This is a sway and a curve of the spine, so we're gonna just tuck the tailbone, push through the hands, and arch the spine. Tuck the chin. Heart swoops forward, tailbone lifts, and spine sways. Take a deep breath in, exhale, tuck the tailbone and arch. Inhale, sway. Exhale, arch. Inhale, sway through. Exhale, arch up. One more sway there. And come to neutral. One more thing on our hands and knees. So watching the crease of your elbows here, we're just coming into a rotation. If you go bulldog with your elbows and put them out to the side, and then you turn them back, so the crease of the elbow is forward, and then bulldog, and bring the elbows underneath the body. Bulldog, bring the elbows underneath the body. Last one. Just a nice bit of shoulder corkscrew. It's really good for carpal tunnel issues. And stop. We're coming down onto our backs, onto our sides actually, and doing a reverse supine twist. Now, if you have not seen this before you lay down and can't see me, take a look. We're gonna go through this. Okay, so I'm laying on my side, knees are bent and stacked. Oops, and hands are out. Now we just take that top arm and we come back and we lay the shoulders down. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing today. And then we'll be on our backs doing other things. So laying down, I know it's a little bit cricky in the neck, but arms are extended long. You can I actually prefer just to cushion my head, but I don't know if that works in the open. And then we just take that top arm and take it back and try to lay the shoulders on the mat. So knees are still stacked, shoulders are on the mat, and you're gazing towards the ceiling. Breathing through this reverse supine twist. Come on, back around. Bring that hand in front. It certainly works if you want to cushion your head with your arm. It certainly works that way, but extend that arm long from the shoulder and swoop it around and lay it behind you on the mat. Do you feel that in that upper hip and low spine? Take a couple of breaths into the stretch. Bring it back around, and we're going to be rolling onto our backs, hugging our knees into the chest. So roll onto your backs. This helps us change sides so we can supine twist on the other side. So we need something on our back in between. Let's hug the knees into the chest.
How about a nap?
A nap would be a good way to change sides too. We're just settling down here. Let's tuck the chin a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck, and let's just sway side to side. Do you feel that massage in your low back, in your hips, as you roll across the knots in the muscles, the tightness in the muscles? Create some circles with the knees. You might not be able to hold on to them anymore. That's okay. Big circles. And that massage just takes up a little more square footage after that. So it just feels so good. Let's change direction. And if as you're rolling across one area, you feel like, oh, that's a sore knot of muscles, just pause there and just rock back and forth a little bit, giving it a little bit of pressure to ease that tension. Pause, hug the knees into the chest, kind of roll up the tailbone a little bit, and we're rolling over to our other side to do that twist again. I'm just going to turn to the other end of my mat, so I'm still facing you guys. Cushioning my head in my hand. Knees are bent, stacked on top of each other. Extend that top arm long, straight out from the shoulder. And then just swing it back. Whoops, I'm gonna knock over my decor and extend the arm behind you. Hip is high, shoulders are maybe all the way down to the mat. Breathe slow and deep into that stretch. Swing that arm back, bring the gaze back, and extend long from the shoulder. Deep breath in, exhale, sweep it back behind. One more time, bring it to the front. And we're rolling over onto our backs for the next thing. Okay, this is a sciatic nerve glide. Okay, if you haven't seen this with us before, it's pretty simple. You might need to sit up for just a moment and watch the first sequence. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. I'm going to change sides so I can show you with my best foot first. Some performers are better than others. All right, so we got our knees bent, we're laying on the floor, and we're just going to grab behind the thigh, just behind the knee here, and squeeze that knee into the chest. Okay, and then toe first, we're going to start to straighten out that leg, not to the extreme. Now flex the toes. My knee is still a little bit bent. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Hug the knee back to the chest. Just deeply bent again, Kevin. I can't see what you're doing, so.
Right.
Okay, let's do that again. Extend the legs straighter, keeping some tension. Let's not lift the chin. Pointed toes. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Flex and point. And then deeply bend that knee and squeeze to the chest. We're going to the other side. My ankle is fused. I will cue you through flexing, but I will not be able to do that part. So this ankle is fused. So hug that other knee into the chest, holding just behind the knee onto the thigh there. And then extend and straighten that leg. And point the toes and flex the toes. Point and flex. Do you feel your calf muscle pumping? So good for any edema or circulation as you point and flex. Bend the knee deeply, hug it to the chest. Extend the leg again, pointed toes. Flex and point and flex and hug to the chest. We're going to do something called constructive rest and genie arms. And you're going to gradually get familiar with some of our terminology as we go through this. Constructive rest is, let me do it this way, is your feet are at the edges of the mat. Okay, and so, or if you're really short and you don't go quite this wide, and you just let the knees drop and touch each other in the center. So that's constructive rest. We're going to add genie arms. Genie arms are, we hold them like we're the old genie from the, whatever that was, 1930s. And we hold our arms like genie arms, and we just sway them from, show them in a laid down position, Kevin. And we just sway them from side to side like genie arms. So let's stack that all together. Laying down, let's step the feet to the edges of the mat, unless you're a very short person. And sometimes I have this problem because I'm 5'2" or so. We just step them a little closer and let the knees drop and just meet together. And I'm going to go sideways again. Okay, let's just be in this position for a moment, because this is a gentle flex into the adductors of the hips here. The knees rest on each other, so there's no weight bearing going on. How many? Thank you. Let's tuck the chin into the chest here. Just be relaxed. And then reach up and create that genie box with holding opposite elbows, looking at the ceiling. And just draw the elbows over to one side, almost like you want to lay it over beside you. Draw the elbows over to the other side. Breathing slow and deep. It's such a good feeling in the shoulders. While our hips are quietly doing their thing, just doing a very gentle glide through the shoulders. And then just come to neutral. Let's take the arms alongside the body and extend the legs long. We're just about done our class today. Let me just move up on my mat and let's just be very intentional about our position right now. Okay, starting at the toes. We have our feet, we've got a distance between the heels, and let the feet just drop out to the sides a little bit, just really relaxed. Move up to the hips. This is where you might have a space between your back and the mat. We want to push through the heels, tip the pelvis, and press the belly button and the rib cage down into the mat. Arms are out at a diagonal, so you have a nice space between your body, a nice cooling space. Palms are up, fingertips are relaxed. Press through the elbows and raise the sternum for just a moment. Raise the sternum up, center chest, and lay it down. Tuck the chin. Relax the jaw. And take a deep breath in and sigh out all the air. Inhale. And again. Inhale. Breathe normally. You've done amazing things for your body. Body appreciates you taking the time. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please join us for Strive and or Nourish on Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing day. You've got yourself set for it.